people who put out signs and to shred them as soon as possible. It was like a calling on his life. He was passionate, great passion for picking up signs. And then I've had other places where I can put out signs till the cows come home and they never get taken. And I only go refresh them because let me ask you guys this. Can any of you tell me the signs you drove by on the way to work today, what they said? No. Right? Because what happens? You drive by them every day and you stop paying attention to them. But if there's a new sign, will you see it? Probably the first time, right? So that's why I don't just like set it and forget it. I'll put them out there and they'll be there for, a week. And then if they're still there and I didn't get the sign Nazi taking them, I'll go move them. Because then they are different than they were before and it'll attract their attention. Does that make sense?
So I have a question. So I was thinking I would need to like bring them in at the end of the day. Do I leave them out there?
Depends on if you have a sign Nazi or not.
So leave them and see?
I think you could try it and we'll find out really quickly. It's cheap advertising if they get taken, but we'll see.
I need to fix all mine because the windstorms we've had lately, a couple of them those little H signs break right off. And so I'm going to clean them up too. They get a bunch of road grime on them. They start looking dirty.
They do.
So I actually picked them all up on Saturday before I left. So today on my list is to wipe them off and go put them back out with new stakes.
It is I call this process signs and wonders. You put out signs and then you wonder why all of a sudden you had people coming in. It works. It just flat out works. Almost better than anything. Almost. So I would go put at least 6 out, Sandy, 3 on each side of the road. And make sure the arrow's pointing the right way, though, so nobody drives off into the ditch the other way.
Yeah, I had to look at traffic. I looked at my sign several times to make sure I had them pointed the right way.
I mean, I'm not saying this because of something Jordan did in 2012. This is different than Signgate 2012 that Jordan did, where he caused a pile up on FM 1863, also known as Old Hollywood Boulevard. So yeah, you want to make sure that you got those signs out and then move them around from time to time. And things I used to do is like, okay, most cars aren't looking to the left to the other side of the road. They're kind of notice the ones on their side. That's why I'm saying I would put a few on this side. But if they keep getting, sometimes I find that like the city will come take them over here, but they leave them alone in front of your neighborhood. So if that happens, then I'd go put 3 or 4 on here and then 3 or 4 down on the other end over here.
There is a lot of road construction, so I need to make sure there's not those concrete barriers on this side, on the other side.
Oh, there's road construction out here?
Yeah, and on parts of the road, there's concrete barriers. I just don't know if there's any right out there or not. I need to go look.
When you go out there, will you take like a 5-second video that just scans all the way across that so I can see it? Like stand right here or whatever to make sure you're out of the road, and then just kind of go like this with your camera and just go across so I can kind of see what all that looks like. Okay. And just send it to me when you get a chance. But signs do generate leads, I promise you. If you want to, I don't know if this is down here or not, but let's see. This is the part that gets a little dicey sometimes, but you might put one on the corner, one of these corners, maybe like right in front of this fire hydrant, like right here. Pointing to your model. That's rough. I hate that fire hydrant there. That's terrible. But one pointing down the street to you because you're so far back in here. And then here, because there's a wall, I'd probably put one right here. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just so people find their way back to you.
so they don't give up before they get back here.
Exactly. That's what I would do. Signs make a difference. I promise you they do. I've had a lot of people that I've sold homes to because of signs. And when you ask people, how did you hear about us? The most common response you get, Jordan, is what?
Google reviews.
I was driving around and I saw the signs. I saw the sign. I opened up my eyes. I saw the sign. Come on, somebody sing with me. All together now. I saw the sign.
I like the
Okay, I've
Tesla
got
song
nobody.
better.
Nobody's singing with me, Jordan.
This is yours. It's over there.
You guys, I don't know if you know this,
I
but
don't
back
know
in the
where
day,
mine
my
is.
friend dated a cross-eyed girl
I think your brother
until he realized she was seeing someone else on the side.
no, it's only I might have taken it home too.
I got a head shake no from Ashley, and I got a chuckle from Sandy.
I probably took it home, Jordan, now that I think of it.
I'm getting a smirk. I got a 3/4 smirk from Ashley, Jordan. I feel pretty good about that.
Balls.
You know, I heard the other night the celebration in New York City was overrated. I heard they really dropped the ball. Okay. All right, that's it, Jordan. I give up. I tried.
Hey, you did good.
They raised it back up.
They did raise it back up. Okay, well, signs make a difference. Realtors make a difference. Okay, I'm going to touch on one more thing. This is probably more of a Ty and Ashley thing than it is Sandy because Sandy's new, but it's worth talking about. Call every single person in Mistletoe in the next week or two. Ashley, it'll probably take you 2 to get through all of them. You got a lot, but calling through every single person in Mistletoe. I'm gonna tell you what my statistical research shows is that if you call 100, in that 100, there are 5 buyers ready to buy a home. That has been my experience over my entire career. Out of every 100, there's 5. And you don't know until you call which ones they are. It always shocks me when I do this. If I have a down period where it's like I don't have a bunch of new people walking in and I start making those phone calls, I have typically found that I get overwhelmed very quickly with appointments of people who are still looking that I didn't know they were still looking, that are still in the market or sometimes even have come back into the market and now they're looking again. I've had people, it's very, very normal to have people in January that were looking a year ago, January, February, March last year, and they kind of stopped looking. And now they had decided, hey, this is the year we're going to move. Like over the holidays, this thing creeps into people's brains where they're like, we were going to do that last year and we didn't do it. Let's go do it now. And if you guys don't know this, interest rates have come down a lot in the last year, a lot. Did you know that? You want me to do the math for you? Let's do the math real quick. Let's do it on screen. Okay, first of all, I'm going to pull up rates from, this is from a preferred lender that sends them to me. So, okay, these are today's rates. par rate means free, means no